Jason Earnhardt at Levels for Guitar, where our aim is to get you out of that clumsy beginner phase in less than a year with our Beginner 100 course. And you're going to need some of those skills as we're getting deeper into lead guitar. And today we're going to introduce our new phrasing tool, the grace note. And the grace note is one of my favorite phrasing tools because it makes simple melodic lines sound much more musical. Let's take Form 1 A minor pentatonic scale using the swing rhythm, like this. Next, I'm going to apply the grace note to the short sound. It adds a whole new flavor to that scale. And all I'm doing is applying a really fast hammer-on into that short sound. You can use hammer-ons, pull-offs, slide technique, and even string bends to perform grace notes. But for this lesson, I'd like to limit you to hammer-ons and pull-offs to develop the grace note. And just like that, we now have 5 phrasing tools for blues lead guitar playing. We've developed swing rhythm, the triplet, hammer-ons, pull-offs, and our new phrasing tool, the grace note. All these are going to combine to make your guitar soloing much more interesting. Now, if none of this makes any sense, you'll want to review the previous videos in this YouTube playlist because you got to have a foundation to get these grace notes to sound good. Okay, we're going to warm up with all these phrasing tools, and then we're going to apply these phrasing tools to our improvisation. But let's start with the warm-up. And we're going to begin with the exact warm-up that you used in the previous lead guitar video. So if you don't know what's going on, you'll want to review that. So we're going to start with alternate picking over Form 1 A minor pentatonic scale. We'll play 2 repetitions of swing followed by 2 repetitions of triplet at 60 beats per minute. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Hammer-ons using swing and triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Pull-offs using swing and triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Grace note hammers using swing rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... For this warm-up, the grace note hammer-on will be performed over the short sound of the swing, and that's because this is an ascending slur. You know, hammer-ons go up the neck. So when you get to the short sound, you've got to play a very fast hammer-on with either the fourth finger or the third finger. So once again, here's an example of the A minor pentatonic scale without the grace note. And here it is with the grace note. Almost identical, but the only difference is you're playing a very fast hammer-on as you lean in to the short sound, and that's what gives you that grace note feel. Grace hammers using triplets. 1 and 2 pull it, 3 pull it, 4 pull it. To practice hammer-on grace notes over triplets, we're going to keep each individual triplet per string. So here's an example. Here it is without the grace note. Triplet, 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 triplet. So per string, we're going to the lowest note, to the highest note, to the lowest note. That gives us 3 notes. To apply that grace note, you're going to perform a quick hammer-on over the fourth finger or the third finger while maintaining that triplet as you run through the scale. So here's how that sounds. You can still hear the triplet. Triplet, triplet, triplet. I'm just playing a very fast hammer-on over that second note of the triplet. Grace note pull-offs using swing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To practice pull-off grace notes using swing rhythm, you need to realize that this is a descending slur. So to do this, we're going to play the high note as the long sound and the low note as the short sound per string. So you're going high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Of course, it's going to go long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. It's a swing. So to set up the pull-off, you got to make sure both fingers are pressed at the same time because you need to use that first finger as an anchor for the pull-off. So you'll play the high note and then do a quick pull-off to the low note, like that. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. So we're ornamenting the low note with that grace note from the pull-off with that fourth finger or the third finger, depending on where you are in the scale. Grace note pull-offs using triplets. 1, 2, pull it, 3, pull it, 4, pull it. To practice pull-off grace notes using triplets, we're going to keep it 3 notes per string. We have a high note to a low note and back to the high note per string. High, low, high, triplet, high, low, high, triplet, high, low, high, triplet. The low note gets the grace note. So you're pulling off into that second note of the triplet. Tune up your guitars, it's time for the improvisation segment. And to demonstrate, I'm going to talk my way through the same backing track that's applied at the end of this video. Now you can practice over other YouTube videos, you just need to make sure that it's a blues, that it's in key of A, and real important, it needs to be either a swing, triplet, or shuffle. Those are all the same thing. Stay away from anything that's straight 8 oriented or anything that says straight. We'll get to that later on. Okay, it's important to be creative. Now I'm going to show you some ideas that you can hang on to. I'm not going to come after you with a copyright. Anything that I show you, you can hold on to. But real learning happens when you practice by yourself and you start applying these techniques and you're listening and you're holding on to the things you like and discarding the things that you don't like. That's where you start learning your identity as a lead guitarist. Okay. Well, I'm going to start by just running up and down the scale to a swing rhythm, and then I'm going to gradually apply techniques to that as I talk my way through the improvisation. If any of this is too fast, you can always slow down the media player. Let's get to work. All right, I got the backing track working, and it doesn't matter where you begin in this track. I'm probably going to start somewhere in the middle. The most important thing is that you're starting on that count. So as long as you can count triplets and swings to the beat, you're in good shape. You can apply these techniques anywhere within the scale. All right, we're going to start with A minor pentatonic using swing. No fancy techniques. We're just going to alternate pick. 1 and 2 and 3 and swing and long, short, long, short, long. This is a good way to warm up. Long, short, long. If you have to count, then count. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can say this: long, short, long, short, long. If you're not sure where the count is, just say long, short, long, short, long. I don't care what you do, I just want you to feel that swing. Next, we're going to apply the occasional triplet. Long, short, triplet, long, short, triplet, long, short, long. Short, triplet, long, short, long, short, triplet, long. All right, let's get a little creative on this. We're going to use swings and triplets, but you can play anywhere you want within the scale. You can even use repeated notes, and you can even go a while without playing a single note. Silence is a great way to help your soloing. So nothing fancy, just alternate picking, and choose anywhere you want to play within the scale. I'm going to start with this tiny little box here in the middle, and I'm going to work my way out. Watch this. 3 and 4 and long, short, long. If you make a mistake, just pretend like you didn't make a mistake. Keep playing. 3 and 4 and short, triplet, long, short, triplet, long, short, triplet, 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 long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, triplet, long, short, long. That was done with 4 notes, but you can expand out. 4, long, short, long, short, long. Triplet, long, short, long. All right, hopefully you got the hang of that. Now we're going to add a slur technique. We're going to apply the hammer-on to everything that we just did. So here's how we can start off. Hammer, hammer. Just like your warm-up. So these are hammer-ons using swing. Long, mix things up. Hammer, long, short, long, short, long, short, hammer, hammer. Okay, I'm going to apply some triplets to the hammers. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Hammer, strike, hammer, strike, hammer, strike. Short, long, short, long. Hammer on, hammer on. All right, next we're going to apply the pull off, and I'm going to keep it with the swing. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Pull, off, pull, off, pull, off. Pull, off, pull, off, pull, off, pull, off. Long, short, long. 1 and 2 and long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. All right, I'm going to apply some triplets to the pull off. 3 pull it, 4 pull it. Pull off, strike, pull off, pick, pull off, pick, pull off, pick. Okay, I'm going to put everything together that we just did. So we got straight, no straight. We got swing, triplets, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. Here we go. 2 and 3 and 4 and... Triple it, triple it, triple it. Okay, so at home, just be creative. This is everything we've done up to this point, and now I'm going to start adding some grace notes. And I'm doing this with a hammer-on and a swing. 3 and 4 and long, short, long, short. Hear that? Here it is without the grace note. It's just a single note, right? Long, short, long, short. But here it is with the grace note. All those were grace. There was a triplet. Triple it long. Triplet long, triplet long. There's a lot of ways you can use those grace notes. Okay, I'm going to get some pull-offs into the action. I'll throw in the occasional swing and triplet as before. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Hear that? Here's that same lick without the grace note. 3 pretty bland, doesn't it? Long, short, long, short. Now here it is with the grace note. So I executed a very fast pull-off. Long, short, long, short. Just takes a little practice. As a triplet. I think those are quarter notes, right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if we did swing, it'd be like this. There are lots of ways you can implement these phrasing tools. Okay, I'm just going to try to be as creative as I can with what we've been given. So I may or may not shine in this moment. But you can listen to all the tools put together the way a blues guitarist would with limited access to phrasing tools. 3 and 4 and. I accidentally threw a slide, but that was a grace note. All right, well, apart from me saying straight once, discard that comment, and then apart from the slide that I did, you pretty much heard what you need to be practicing. So hopefully you could rewind and listen to some ideas that you liked or didn't like, and then I want you to practice on your own time and just be creative. And don't be afraid of making mistakes, and try not to telegraph to your audience that you made a mistake. If you make a mistake, pretend like you did it on purpose. Move on and just keep practicing. Quit rewinding the tape. Just let it play and then work with it.